Week 17 of the National Football League. And up next, we'll see Michael Gallup. He's been torching secondaries all season, now closing in on 1,200 yards. It's the Giants and the Cowboys, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
That's an afternoon probably best suited for skating in Central Park, but we're across the river. We are in for a cold one at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays. Anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Here now to get us started is Logan Cook, and we are underway from MetLife Stadium. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Meanwhile, Dak's throw completed to Mechie. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now we've got a third down and 3. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. All fumbles are costly, but that one really hurts because he had the first down.
Yeah, that's all he needed, right? But the problem is we coach these guys to try and get more, but that doesn't count if you don't bring the ball with you, does it?
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
On the counter, here's Williams. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Back to throw. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The numbers for him from a week ago: 20 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've already clinched the playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game, because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Now Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Off a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And the Giants ready to come out now. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Williams, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss of the tackle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And now here come the Cowboys. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Throwing, Prescott. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down, almost back to the drawing board.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with second down and less than a yard. Now Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Prescott yet again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to draw that one free.
On third down, it's Prescott. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down.
Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was third and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. And now out come the Giants. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Back to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain, and the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference, because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
From the 41, Prescott. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. This offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and the lead will stay put at 17.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. On third down, here's Williams. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Ready?
Here we go with Williams. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Looking to throw. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Back to throw now on first down. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Micah Parsons able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this one is right through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Prescott to throw it. Short pass tip, but caught anyway. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Micah Parsons. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Alert!
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, I think it's back to the drawing board, or should I say in today's game, the Surface tablet after this drive. 3 plays, they go backwards. They will look like they've gotten something going right there, but they'll have to punt the football away to end this one.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken right on the 30. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. The Cowboy offense is going to head out now late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Eluding the pressure right. Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing that crossed my mind is, why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Watkins. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. Touchdown, Giants! Evan Ingram, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
A try here for the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good return up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half, Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where you see the final score there. A.J. Brown, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. From there, we head over to the Pacific Northwest to check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Antonio Gibson, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there. Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now. I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Hey, unlock line, next.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Over the middle, he's got Myers. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Hardy, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Williams. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the draw, here's Williams. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run it again with Williams. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. The 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Ready.
2nd and 4. Now, a quick throw there, going to be batted away.
He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
60
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Dallas offense set for this next drive. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
He gets this one to Mechie. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Prescott Repeat of the last play, going to Mechie here. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Here we go on 4th down. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. 4th and inches in plus territory, that seemed like a prime spot to go for it.
It certainly did, and there's so many things that go into it. Are you too far away for a field goal, but not far away to punt it? Do you just feel like your offense is better? I just think in today's NFL, offense feels like it has to take care of the football, has to keep the ball, because scoring is up. You better maximize every possession. You trust your offense more than you trust your defense in today's league. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Prescott. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now Prescott on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. To the air again, Prescott. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half, and for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and they open the lead up now to 25. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And the Giants ready to come out now. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Ready, go!
2nd and 13. As this complete to Woods. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards. That was tremendous effort, especially after the catch, breaking through tackles, fighting for extra yards.
So was that just great effort, or were there a lot of missed tackles?
Yeah, the defense did help him a bit.
Yeah, he certainly did, but let's focus on the positive. He made it happen.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Open man right side is Ingram. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Cowboys 41.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trailed big here to begin quarter number 4. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. This game well in hand. Perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they start. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Check.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Roll. Reno.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard. This one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they bumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Cowboys, they improved their mark to 12-4 with one game to go.